then this, over here. This. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. This guy. Awesome. And this one should be starting already. Excellent. Perfect. Everything's looking good. All right. Now, how do I get the comments back up? Give me a second, my friends. Pop out the chat. Bring that, nope. Bring that chat up to here. There we go. Then we're going to bring it onto this side. Perfect. Oh, this is so cool. I'm actually doing it myself, guys. Isn't that amazing? Okay, let's see. Got that. All right, so let me switch back over to this one real quick. Let me pull up the old box. There we go. Perfection. Excellent. And now we'll get ready to launch in the intro. So here we go, guys. Welcome. Welcome in. Okay. While this is playing, and I do a sweet little heel click, what I'm going to do is, I didn't even get the other TV set up. Josh, you silly. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm going to try to do this real quick. Over here, I totally forgot about this TV, so I hope it just opens up and just connects perfectly, because that would just be my luck that it doesn't connect perfectly. So, London, I need your help. How do I connect the television? That's the question. So I can see what I'm doing up there. No. All right, I can't fix it. I don't know, guys. So, in either case, let's get you guys over here. Boom. Here we go. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Drop that guy on the screen and put this guy over there. How is everyone today? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Just an amazing time. Can everyone see me? Can everyone hear me? Let me know by checking in. Let me know where you're watching from out there. I've got a big giant canvas today, a 22 by 28 inch, and we're going to be doing like a West Coast seascape on it. It's going to be really cool. So in order to do that, I need to get my liquid white and my liquid clear and get my big old 2-inch brush over here. So we're going to put the liquid clear on first. And London, if you're watching, I don't know how to turn the TV or connect the TV so I can see the comments larger on the screen. I forgot how to do that. So if you could, maybe. If not, I'll just look at the screen on the computer. It's totally fine. Let this guy get really launched in there. There we go. Now, so we're taking our liquid clear and we're going to put it across our canvas. Okay. I'm going to try just quickly to try to see this. Can you guys see me? Can you see the screen anyway? That's the main goal. Can you see the screen? Right, so this guy. Devices? No, that's not it. That's not it. Where is the thing? Ah, it's just irritating. At least I got the headphones and the microphone set up. That's all we really need, right? So, I don't know why it won't just connect automatically over there. Bluetooth. This guy. I don't know. I just can't get it to work. Either case, we can look at it right here on the screen. So, you guys, welcome in. Let's see where you guys are watching from out there. And, boom, right? Welcome in from all over the world. So we're taking our liquid clear and we're putting it like all across the black section of our canvas. So what I did was I put a piece of tape across the edge over here and then blacked out the whole bottom, peeled off the tape, and then sort of created with my little scrubby pad this far off mountain shape in the background, right? That's all we really did. Now once that dried, because that's our black gesso, and that's an acrylic paint, and you definitely don't want the acrylic paints mixing with your oil base, right? So you got to let that thing dry. And then once it was dry, now we're putting on our liquid clear. Now this makes the canvas more black, but you can see it's not a black paint. It is a clear paint. Otherwise there'd be black paint on the bristles of the brush, right? So the base is very clear. And what we're doing with that base is spreading it just about as evenly and as thinly as possible. So I don't want to go back in and get more of the clear to go put on the canvas. I want to spread the stuff that's there around as much as possible, and then let it kind of spill out into our white area, and that way our liquid white won't have to come down and get our black area too bright, right? We want it to stay dark. So, you guys, check in out there. Let me know where you're watching from. My word, this is a literally every single step video, right? And let's see. Why can I not see the comments over there? The old bookie book. Is it even live? It shows that it's live. Just don't see anything else. I don't know how London sees all this stuff. Okay, cool. We are getting comments there. Okay, let me see if I can pop this out. And then, right? And then this guy, I'm assuming, yeah, if we take him and put him up here, no, over there, right, on the side right here, maybe, and move this guy. I know, guys, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm doing this OBS studio thing on my own, and it's not the easiest thing to work when you're all by your lonesome self. So, that's not what I wanted to see, is it? Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, I got all the comments up. Holy cow. I just can't see myself on the screen. But I can see them on the computer screen, so that's fine. Okay, we got all the comments up. Imagine that. I was able to actually do it. So you guys check in one more time. I'm going to sit here and read the comments, and I'm going to put our liquid white, which looks a lot like this guy, right? You get your liquid white all over the white section of the canvas, right? Let's see. Can you possibly sell through Amazon? I have an Amazon affiliate store. It's amazon.com/shop/PaintWithJosh, right? And then you'll see all the stuff that I recommend or that I use, like the GAC Doctor brushes you can find on my Amazon store. You can find all sorts of stuff over there. You just have to know where to go, right? And maybe I don't say it enough, but it is in the link tree, which is in the bio of my TikTok profile. You can find our link tree, or it's link tree, and then just search for Paint with Josh through link tree, you know what I mean? You'll find it. And all of my links are over there. Now remember, you got to put the smallest amount of this liquid white on the canvas and then spread it as far as possible so that it is not too heavy. If it's too heavy up here on the canvas, it's going to make it harder to paint, right? And if it's harder to paint, then we're not going to have as much fun. And if we don't have as much fun, we're not going to want to do it again, right? So I always say, I get the comment all the time in my, after I ever do a painting class and then I post it, people always comment like, oh, the students' painting is better than yours, Josh. And I'm like, well, I agree. I spend a lot more time on the students' paintings. Yes, Keith, we do teach painting. That's what we're doing right now. We're doing a live tutorial. That's all Paint with Josh ever does. Sure, I have some video tutorials where I've edited them and zoomed in and stuff, but the majority of our tutorials are live. So anytime you're searching for live tutorials or painting tutorials, just go to the live section of my YouTube, right? You'll be able to find everything. It's awesome. Now, I was figuring maybe we do a sunset sky, but like an Oregon sunset sky. So we're going to take our India yellow, I'm going to pop it down here. I want to leave a space of white so that the color can blend downwards. And you can see just how easily it slides across the canvas because the canvas is wet, right? If it's not wet, imagine it like trying to cook something without like greasing up the pan a little bit. You know what I mean? You have to get the pan a little slippery before you go tossing something in there. Same thing here. Our canvas is slippery and wet before we started to throw the colors on, so they will blend a lot easier. Right, now we're gonna go into our Madder Carmine color. This is a Meaden brand color, straight on top of the yellow on the brush. You can see I did not wash it. I didn't do anything crazy. And you can see how that liquid white changes the color from where it's very heavy, and the more that you mix it with the liquid white, the more and more and more it will change and become a brighter color. That's the great advantage to using the liquid white, because people ask me all the time, can you just put, this is our dioxazine purple, by the way, straight on top of the brush. They're like, can you just use liquid clear or linseed oil on a white canvas? Sure, you can. It's going to make the canvas nice and wet and slippery, right? But it's the liquid white is there to help change, excuse my giant reach over here, but the liquid white is there to help change the values of all the paint. So you can put it up there, and then when you go to mix it, the yellow gets fainter, like more bright, right? The crimson starts to get more bright. The purple starts to get more bright, right? Speaking of which, while we got the purple, let's get a little bit of our blue. A little bluey touch up here. This is the ultramarine blue. It's one of my favorite colors. Oh, don't want to put too much though, right? A little bit of blue, and then just a little swipe of black too. I'm telling you, if you don't put it up there, you're not going to get that cool, like dusky, faded color, right? Now, we can't very much do anything with a lot of paint on the brush still. So we need to go wash off our brush. We dip it into the odorless mineral spirits, right? Which pretty much cleans the brush, and then you flick it into a trash can like you're trying to towel whip somebody. And then you go into the bucket, and you just beat the Oshkosh bajosh out of it. That's what we like to call it anyway. Just beat the Oshkosh bajosh. Now, if I'm going to go blend this sky, where am I going to start? Am I going to start in the lightest area? Am I going to start in the darkest area? You know, the proprietary blend, exactly. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny, man. All right? You know, like rewatching PBS again. Bob was actually my grandpa's cousin, believe it or not. I don't know how many times. I must have typed that out now at least 2,000 times in all the comments. Like, people are like, oh my God, you remind me of BobRoss. I'm like, that's cool, because he was my grandpa's cousin, which is also pretty cool. So, we're going to take our 2-inch brush again. We're going to come up here into the brightest area. So where is the brightest area, right? It's going to be that white. Is going to be the brightest area first. And we're going to start to go back and forth. You see how I've kind of turned the brush horizontally like this? So that way I'm not allowing our big 2-inch brush to come down into this black area. Now remember, I want it very, very bright on the horizon. So we don't really need to bring down too much of that color. The more that I mix into it, the more is going to come down and make it darker and darker and darker on my horizon. In which case, I want it to be brighter, right? So I get to judge how much of that yellow comes down, how far it goes. And you're like, oh no, but what if I hit my little mountain over here? That's okay. We're going to pull it through this way, just horizontally across land, right? You can crisscross in your sky, but you have to go horizontal across the land, right? So just like that, instantly pushes this little mountain distant into the night. As we come up here and start crisscrossing all these little colors, okay, they're going to want to grow down. The pink, and especially the purple and blue up there, the more we push on it, the more it's going to want to go down. Now, I can't just crisscross like this right across and above that yellow. I have to have them come down and mix in with that yellow, right? How far? That's up to me. How much am I pushing? How much pressure am I pushing on that paint to make it extend? How much am I mixing it? Am I leaving it to where I can tell that there are stripes of color? Because I don't want that. Now imagine you got all this darkness, right? All this lighter color. We go up into the purpley black side first. And that way there's no chance of it going green with the yellow on our brush. And it's going to start to pick up all this dark color. Now look at how far it wants to grow. And just pull my brush away before it gets too far, right? All of that is going to want to grow down and mix. And we want it to, right? We want it to mix and blend and mix and all this stuff until it gets very low on the horizon, right? So up to me how dark I want to make it, right? Now that means I got to put more paint up in the sky, then I've got to put more paint up in the sky. And how did I blend it? How much did you put up there initially? Because if you really think about it, you probably didn't put enough, right? It's your first, oh, look at that sky. Oh my word, right? It's the first time that you're doing it, right? You probably didn't put enough. Maybe you put too much, which is, again, a first-timer thing, right? And not even that, I put too much in the sky sometimes, right? You get to decide, again, how far down the darkness goes, right? Oh, guys, doesn't it look like the sun is like setting right there into the night? Now, let's say I want it to be a little darker. Just a touch, just a little tad darker up here. I'll take some more of my purple, put it in there. Now, if I put the purple down that heavy, that far, we know it's going to grow further, right? So maybe I grabbed too much. Maybe I shouldn't keep dumping paint on my canvas and making it worse and worse and worse, right? Maybe I should go clean off that brush and go back to blending. But if we're going to put some purple up there, I'm telling you, okay, it's not enough to just put purple. Throw some of that black up there. Ooh, just a little bit. Guys, you decide, of course, what you want your sky to look like. But if you want your skies to look like my skies, You got to do what this guy's does to his skies. Guys, how many times can we just terribly rhyme? You know, Eminem, I'm like P and P, like, which is way worse than Eminem. It's not even on the same level, right? So now that I've got my brush dry, we're smacking it off on our paper, right? Our paper towels over here. We're going to get back up into the lightest part of the sky first and start to crisscross. And the more that we crisscross, the more we'll blend those colors away. The more that we bring that color down, right? By blending it downwards, the farther it's gonna grow, right? So I get to decide what the sky looks like, how dark it is, how far it's coming down, right? Each time that I do a painting. That's why it's so much fun, you guys. You cannot do the same painting over and over. Like, even if I try, and I get accused of it all the time. Like, oh, Josh just paints the same thing. Paint something different. Blah, 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 blah. Firstly, I'm going to paint what I want to paint, right? Because it's my channel. It's my tutorial. It's what I feel like painting, right? If you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. But, like, tell me to paint something else. You go paint something else. Look at it, guys. I'm serious, right? The more we get down here, ooh, don't bring it too far. Very light pressure, my goodness. My goodness, you guys. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Everybody, looking fantastic. So, we've got our sky pretty much blended down to where I want it to be, right? And the more that I mix it, the darker it's going to get. I'm going to lose all that brightness down along the bottom, right? And again, if I feel like it's not dark enough up at the top, because if you're figuring you got this much darkness in your sky, it can't be all the same. So let's put a little bit of black up here. Just a little bit of black, and we'll blend it, we'll push it, and we'll look at our sky and go, you know what? I want it to look like this, or I want it to look like that. Right? And it doesn't all have to be the same. You don't have to put a big stripe of it, right? We get to decide what it looks like, how far it goes, and the lighter the pressure, you can even get down across that light area. Holy shaving cream! You guys, this one is just rad. If you're not getting this one just based off the sky, then you're missing out. Whew. Holy moly. Okay. You guys are fabulous out there. So we're going to take a quick little commercial break so I can take a quick little drink off the old Big Gulp, a little Mountain Dew in my system. And then we'll be right back after these words. Hang out. I'm going to, I'm here alone. I'm going to try to figure it out. But hang out, and we'll be right back after these words. Holy cow, did you see with all of our new setup and all of our new equipment that we can actually see I'm talking about all of your comments. So not a single comment will get missed, nothing gets lost. I can see them on the television. And London right back here is checking everything out on the computer. So comment. It helps much more than you might think and helps boost engagement and gets us out to more people. So let's get back to the show and see what we got going on up there. Yeah, let's see what we got going on up here, guys. I thought that commercial break was longer. It is not. It is not longer. Look at this. Yes! It's looking amazing. Let me try to get this other window back up again. Over there. And over here. That's got to be the wrong window. It's got to be, right? Either way. I've lost the Facebook stream. Not the stream, but the Facebook comments. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate you. Now, let's get over here, and what we're going to do with our nice blended sky, I'm not even going to put a single cloud in that sky. And sure, if you wanted to, you could launch something out there. But you know what, actually? You know what we should actually do? It's something we haven't done in a while. Let's throw some yellow clouds up there. Right? And who knows? They're probably all going to be covered up by our trees and stuff that are going to sit in the front. But let's take a little bit of our yellow. White. A little bit of our India yellow. There we go. Get that goldish color. Now you have to, if I put it down here, I'm not really going to see it, right? Got to get up into here, man. There. Look at it stand out. Oof. So much fun, dude. Seriously, we're only worried about what the bottom looks like on this guy now, right? Because we're going to blend it upwards. So, actually, we can blend it either which way. Look at that, though. Gorgeous. I'm going to dab off my big old 2-inch brush. Same one we've been using, right? I'm not going to clean it. I'm just going to vigorously just whack it onto the paper towels. And then I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to start to soften that paint, right? Just by making little counterclockwise circles, never staying in the same area for more than, 2 or 3 swipes, because it will mix it away. It'll be gone forever. Holy shaving cream. You guys, this one is coming out amazing. So remember, we do sell the paintings. They are available. This one is available right over on PaintWithJosh.com. You can grab it. I'm going to get a little bit of white too. Just pop a little bit of white up underneath this guy. A little bit. We'll see what it looks like. Right? We can always blend it away. We can always take it away if we didn't like it. A couple little bits just to highlight. We don't need every piece to all be the same. Right? And if I don't like it, then I'll just come back up there and mix it until it's gone. It's the best part about these colors together. They will blend away. They just sort of blend into your sky underneath, right? Totally up to you, however you want it to look, whatever color, whatever brightness, whatever ever, right? It's all up to you. I'll come back with more of that yellowish color, just the ones I want it a little bit brighter. And again, we're probably going to lose this whole thing to a whole big bunch of trees at the top that are going to cover over our entire sky, right? So why not, if I'm already thinking that we're going to lose that spot, I'm going to put a little guy down here because we might see this little guy. That guy might stay with us. Right? It's not as bright, but we get a little touch of white on him. Out here, bing, bang, boom, mix it up with just a little touch, right? We're just smushing it on, then we go back with the other brush. Always what you got to do. So up here, mix it, mix it, mix it. Pull it down, let it mix down and away with the darker color underneath. Right? Get rid of that old thing. Look at that. That is cool. I can even take this one and just pull it sideways or push it out this way. Right? What do I want it to look like? What do you want it to look like? Because it doesn't matter what mine looks like. It's about what you want yours to look like. Right? Now, since that's looking so cool, what if I came in here with a little touch of white? Just a little bit of white, right? Like we were talking about before. Ooh, it's just golden, baby. That is gold. Oh, I love it. Right? And again, sometimes you got to do aerobics and like turn upside down, especially if you're catching the light from under your cloud. A little swipe, a little weirdness, a little craziness, and that's all you need. If you don't like it, blend it away. Seriously, because we're going to put so many freaking big, massive trees in front of this thing. It's going to be amazing. So, yeah, guys. Now we're going to dab off that big old 2-inch brush again. I need to come back here, and we need to lay in some blue and some black. It just can't all just be blue, right? What we want is a very far away bit of ocean. So we're going to get a little black, a little blue together, boom, 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 right? Get back underneath here, right up onto our horizon, and push it sideways. Just leaving a little bit of paint out there. Boom, right? The more we leave out there, the more we're going to notice. I'm telling you, you don't want to notice a lot of water. Not in this scene anyway. In this scene, we want to see a lot of our wet, sandy, beachy area, right? So we're going to put a lot of just pure blue and feed it right back up to this very far away little stripe or a little triangle of darker color, right? And if I cover it too much, I got to get back in there and make that little triangle of black, basically, all the way back there, right? Because nothing back there is really going to be able to be seen. You know what I mean? It's so far away, literally doesn't even matter. Now, what we're going to do as well is take a little bit of our brown color. Right? So actually, you know what? Let's take a little bit of that purple. We just make this up as we go, you guys. So literally, it's whatever we want to do. A little bit of our purple over the blue. Let it mix in so there's not just stripes of either which one. Right? Oh, that's going to be neat, guys. That's going to be cute. Oh, maybe I can take a little bit of crimson in there too. There. See what I'm talking about? All it is sort of reflecting the sky above. Now, you don't have to reflect the yellowy bit because it's too far away. All we're going to be doing is reflecting those darker colors. So we'll take our purple, throw in our little madder carmine wherever we think we might need it, because it's just helping make the blue and the purple more rich of a color and allowing those gradient blends. God, that's going to look so cool. Now we're going to go back to our Van Dyke brown or our raw umber. No one knows how to cook this color. Apparently, we're going to put it across the bottom. It does not need to be overly bright. You, in fact, want to use the deepest, darkest brown. Now, let me show you right there. Stripes of color, right? Stripe of brown, stripe of purple, right? We don't want that. We want to blend it. We want to make sure. And all we're doing, right? If I'm just pushing with the same amount of pressure I'm just going to steamroll the brown all over the canvas and get rid of all those colors, right? So what I'm doing is as I get up to the lighter color, still have the brown on the brush, but we're touching it lighter. I'm not pushing in so much, right? And that way you can sort of grab some of the purple and bring it out into the brown and some of the brown out into the purple, and you're mixing it, right? That's all it is, guys. Girls know how to blend because of their makeup and stuff, right? We're just think about it like this. You're just mixing it. Mix it like, you remember how we used to make those sodas? Like you go to like a, I don't know, like a 7-Eleven or a Jack in the Box or something, like one of every soda that was there. We just mix them all together. It's the same thing right here, right? We're just trying to know when to stop mixing and just changing our pressure back and forth, right? Just changing the pressure. So now what we're going to do, oh, this is going to be so cool. Oh, I'm already excited. I'm supremely excited, guys. And in fact, I want to sneak in. I think I need a different brush, though, for that. If I wanted to sneak in the smallest bit of our India yellow right back in there as well, if it starts mixing with the blue, right, because this is where our sky colors are meeting right here. If it starts mixing with the blue, that's fine, because it'll turn green, which is fine in an ocean scene. You want to, oh my God, that's going to be so fantastic. You see that? That is where, oh, I need more yellow. I'm getting more yellow out. Guys, this is going to be the prettiest sunset you've ever seen. I've never been so excited to do the sandy technique than I am right now. That is like a rainbow of color in the sand right there. And if I can get enough yeller to stay yeller, right in here, and push it there, right? It's just heavier on the brush. I'm going to allow it to mix backwards so it turns green slightly, right? Take the other side of the brush that doesn't have the green and let that yellow mix into the crimson-y, purpley color. Oh, it's going to be amazing. We're going to light up that spot, and it's going to shine. Take more of my crimson-y color, just to shrink the yellow back a little orangish, purplish, bluish. Dude, there's an entire rainbow, right? Holy shaving cream. I'm telling you, this will be the most gorgeousest, sandy, reflective sky that I have ever done in my life, right? So if you are not jumping on top of this right now, just based off of my excitement, I want you to look at the blue and the green and the yellow and the red and the indigo. Like, it's literally a rainbow right there. Oh my word. Okay, we're gonna see what this looks like, because, you know, I don't know what it's gonna look like. It may look cool, it may not, but we're gonna find out. So let's put in our faraway ocean scene first, and then it's going to take me like 4 to 5 minutes to get to this area. So stick with me right now. It's going to be fantastic, quite honestly. Cloud's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate you. Literally, you could do whatever you want to do with that old guy. You do whatever you want to do. If I want to get up here, because it just seems like a little bit too, like, just automatically, boom, just poofs into the sky, right? I want to mix it up a little bit on the bottom. There, softer, a little crazier, right? A little bit of everything. It's gorgeous. You can even do the old swiperoonie with the 1-inch brush. I like it. Okay, now we're going to get back in here with our palette tool, right? We're going to scrape up just a little bit of our titanium white that's right there. Okay, what we need to do is make the smallest triangle possible. So we're going to start sort of right in here, right inside our little mountain shape. And then we're going to start getting lower and lower, just making very small shapes. It's almost like I'm vibrating. All the way to the end, right? Very small little triangle. I mean, do you see it? Can you see a triangle, or am I the crazy one, right? It could be. I could be nuts. You never know, right? But you got your top horizon, your flat edge, and then this very small angle is our little triangle that we talk about, right? Now, when we come up here and start scooting things, we're making bigger motions, right? At first, it was very close together. These ones were kind of going about 1 inch side to side, back and forth, dropping off little bits of white, and then leaving the darkness at the back, right? You don't have to cover, especially the entire horizon. Maybe right here, we can get right up on top of that horizon. And so it's very bright. It kind of fades out into this darker color back there, right? Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic, you guys. I am amazed, right? Now, seriously, we're going to leave the ocean that far away. We don't need anything about that. And we don't have to show everything. We don't have to have detail being that far away, because all of our detail is going to be up here, okay? Keep that in mind. Just going to mix this guy up a little bit more, just so he's a little frosty, a little misty back there. This is going to be incredible, you guys, seriously. So, first things first. Yeah. This all gets erased. It's all this stuff back here. This is all just for a line, right? You don't even have to have that guy there, because it's going to come down and get cut in front of with a new little thing, right? So let's put one more little line, just one little guy, connect it on about right there. Bang, very small, very small, right? Because that is the fish pish area. The backwash is right in here, right? It's very far away. And so we do not have to fill the colors together. We actually, in fact, want to leave a separation, because if you don't, both of those things come together into one triangle of mess, and then you can't tell what's going on back there, right? So now let's mix up our Paint with Josh plaque mix. And then, as I'm mixing this, actually, I'm going to go take a quick commercial break, right? I don't want all this white right here. It's in my way. I'm going to have to wipe that up. So I'm going to mix up all three of these deep dark colors, the crimson, the black, and the blue. We can even throw a little bit of brown in there too. Why not? A little bit of our raw umber. Toss it in there just to make a deep, dark, nasty color. So you guys hang out for this quick commercial break. And as soon as I come back, I want to be checking in with all of you guys, right? So start checking in right now. I'm going to run the quick mercy break. And then by the time I come back, I should see all sorts of things that I can read, right? So you guys hang out for one hot second, and then, let's see, we're going to go right here. What's wrong, dude? I'm trying to book my Paint with Josh class. Oh, that's simple. He's got an app. What do you mean he has an app? You didn't know? Everybody has an app, you dummy. It's going to be way better. Where's my phone? Dude, are you for real? Everything's on an app now. Show me how this works. Show me now. Show me now. I'll show you how it works. Let me get my phone. Hang on. Dude, booking the classes is easy. I use my Paint with Josh app to get notified when the show goes live. And then if I wanted to purchase the paintings doing live on the show, I'm going to tap the menu button, click buy the live painting, and boom, it will appear. All I have to do is add it to my cart, and here we go. Dude, this is like way easier. And I love that it notifies me before the show starts, because half the time TikTok doesn't even do that. It tells me after he's already finished. Bro, same, I feel that. I always get the notification at like 6:20 and he's already done by then. Yeah, no, thanks, dude. I'm gonna book my acrylic class right now. Thanks, dude. Yeah, we're gonna go book our acrylic class right now, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna take my, seriously, we do offer acrylic classes and oil classes as well. You can do either which one right here in the studio or virtually, and we can connect via FaceTime call or Zoom meeting, you know what I mean? It's just a little video call. Now, what I'm gonna do is take this dark paint, okay, and we're going to kind of cut in front of this guy wherever we want it to live. So maybe we had our little rock come down there and we plop him right in, right? Getting rid of all that bright line. I told you it was going to disappear anyway. We don't really need it, right? And then we're going to fill in just a little bit. We don't need to overly fill that space. We're going to pull it backwards anyway, okay? What we're going to do now is wiggle down on the brush a little bit more, and then we're going to start creating our far away little West Coast pine trees that live out there in the day, right? As the day is becoming night. Now we have to pretty quickly get up and push that mountain that's in the back further away by getting taller and taller and filling this in more and more, because by the time it gets all filled, right, it's looking like some trees and some foresty bits right out here in the foreground, right? And our other guys are back in the distance back there. Now, if you wanted to, I'm telling you, a lot of these little guys, they don't have a lot of details on because they're distant, right? But if you felt like you needed to, add a couple little bits of branches coming off of one of our little guys in the distance, right? Doesn't really matter. You're gonna fill it in so much that you can almost not even see them anymore anyway, right? So don't do too many, but every so often you can do a little guy, right? And this is what I kind of do with my trees. I'll tap down a little vertical line. Then next to him, tap down another vertical line that's touching and touching and touching, getting smaller and smaller and smaller, basically creating like a pyramid shape. We're going to do the same thing off the other side. So tap down vertically, 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 until it's as tall as I want it to be. Then I'm going to go off to the side, a little higher, tap down another one, right? Then we're going to go next to him. And then next to him, a little bit lower and lower until boom, we're lined up with our other guys already, right? I'm trying to do it for you guys the easiest way possible. And then up here, climb up again, right there. Gorgeous. Just make sure you get a couple little sharp little tip tops on the top. Right, now let's say, Josh, my brush isn't very sharp. I can't get those tip tops like you do. What can I do? You know, you can take your liner, your palette tool, and kind of run a really sharp line up through these guys just by letting it pick up the paint that's there and extending it a little bit, right? Again, these are background. They're going to be covered up by a whole bunch of stuff, so don't even worry, okay? We're going to go back to our dark brush that had all of our dark color on it. Grab this guy up and pull it to the side. You can see it eventually disappeared because we didn't put so much black paint or plaque paint up there, right? And we just allow it to fade away into the night. Okay. Now, before we do our mist, why don't we take a little bit? You can even go back to that white and India yellow. This might look pretty cool. And if not, it may turn, you know, who knows? We're going to figure it out right here. So we're going to take this guy. These little watery waves are going to come into it a little bit. And so we're going to come up here and just start scraping in some color. Bang. Boom. Just like that. Seriously. Amazing. Right? Now, I can always go back and make it more vibrant because what I need to do is get in here and start mixing it. And it's over that heavy plaque mix, so it's going to want to mix away to a dark color very fast. Right? And all we need to do is mix it up a little touch, just like we did up here. A little cloud, right? A little bit of mistiness until we start getting under our trees. We're going to turn the brush at a 45-degree angle and just hit the top, bring it down into our mist. Then we're going to go back up and down and up and down. And it's going to start to change the color of the mist and make it more hard to see, a little bit more difficult, right? A little bit more realistic. It's a little hard to see back there. Then I can get in here, again, do a little twisty mix up, however much I want it to be. Again, you don't want to have too much detail. You get this little soft little mist coming back through there, right? Now, we're going to come in and we're going to grab just a little touch of my titanium white. I'm going to bring our line just in front of our little friend right here. Bang. That's about as far as we need to go. Don't need any further than that. We don't want to change the angle of our triangle that's out here in the front, okay? So what we're going to do now is introduce our liquid white that we put into our sky, into our top part of our canvas. This is why they call it liquid white. Here we go. Hang on. Boop. There we go. Did you see it drip? It's a drippy old paint. And I'm going to mix it about a 50-50 mix right here. Maybe 60-40. Either way, doesn't really much matter. All this liquid white does is give you that shiny effect, right? The glossiness to it. Now, you don't want to have too much liquid white. And I don't want to scrape up this one roll and just use it in one spot on the canvas, right? I want to be able to roll this and use it many times and streak down a little bit of paint and use as little as possible throughout this whole process, right? So maybe underneath this guy, I'm going to pull it down a little bit and then a little bit. So that was about too much. It's all about the angle of the blade, right? Get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So less paint to get over here, right? Bing, bang, boom. Pop in a little bit more. And we're trying to leave another little separation in between our two bits of white color, right? So we got white back there and we've got white on our blade right here. So if we allow these two guys to touch, then boy, oh boy, nothing is going to work correctly, right? So let's see. We're going to get up here. This is going to be the coolest. You know what I'm going to do too? Just because I've got that kind of rainbow effect that's back here, I'm going to put a little bit more and just get smaller and smaller and smaller. Now, in real life, there is a river that feeds right down past this little rocky outcrop right here. So you could, in reality, have a bit of shininess over there, and it does spill out onto the beach in all sorts of different ways. But this should be the most colorful, craziest sand technique that I've ever done because of how, at least on an Oregon coast one. So we're going to take our brush. I'm really going to, you know what, let's clean this brush off real quick, just so it's nice. It's instantly going to get full of color anyway, but just so it's nice, we'll clean it off, beat the BobRoss out of it, right? Oshkosh BobRoss. You guys remember that brand? I think it's still around. Like, it's still legit around today. Oshkosh BobRoss. Yes, we are saying it correctly. Okay, so I'm going to take my clean, dry brush. We're going to get up here. We're going to line it up very vertically. And I'm going to ask you, does this look like wet, sandy beach Just answer me in the comments, yes or no. Oh, look at those colors. If it doesn't look like wet sandy beach, then tell me what you think it looks like. We're gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as we get over here. Holy! Those are gorgeous. Wow! Now, a lot of times in the comments, we see waterfall, right? We see ice wall, cliff, Asgard, all sorts of different things. But what if we take all those verticalities and we turn them into horizontalities, right? And we push hard enough to take the vertical streaks away. Oh my word! You guys, look at the rainbow effect of this guy. Woo! Baby. Now, the more that I bring it down into this dark brown sand, the harder it's going to be able to tell where the wet area is and where the light or the dry area is, right? So, all up to you, and then you can do it as many times as you want. Maybe there's a bit of brightness right underneath here. Just, that is fantastic. Seriously, right? What do you feel like it should look like today? Because it's totally up to you. Wow. Okay, now I'm going to dab off that brush so there's no more paint on it. And that's just a liquid white, titanium white mix, right? Swipe across it very lightly because I don't want to pick up too much paint on my brush from that darkness. And I don't want to get rid of too much. And you can change the shape of that thing, right? It will no longer be a straight thing. The more you swipe it one way, it'll start to go there, and then it'll start to go back the other way, and back the other way, and back the other way. Holy cow. I want to catch it right there. So everything out here is going to be our drier, sandy area, and everything in there is going to be wet. Dude, what if we did it just a bit more in here? And this is just, again, the liquid white, titanium white mix, that 50-50 mix. Just brighten it up enough, not take away too much. Ooh, especially that guy. See, I got to take them both directions. You want that one bright area in there, right underneath our quote-unquote sunlight. Ooh, guys. Oh, it's cool, right? And then you can sit and play with it for hours. How many times do you want to do it? I want the brightness to come out just a little bit more down here. So we can swipe across very lightly. There we go. Again, oh, hello. That one is gorgeous. I don't want to mess with that too much. All right, now the more brightness that I bring down here, the more of that wet, shiny, sandy look it's going to bring in with it, right? So if I want to go back to dry land, I'm going to go onto my darker brown paint, okay, and our heavier Van Dyke or our raw umber paint. All right, we're going to push on that guy until we slide back that bright, shiny area to wherever we want it to be. All right, that is absolutely stellar. Holy shaving cream, you guys. Woo! Now, we can get our very, very thin paint again, small amount of it, right? And I'm not even going to do I don't want to put it way out here, right? That's going to just seem weird to me. So I'm going to get in here, and we're going to start to shrink down our little separator so that, and by what I mean is, shrink down the dark gap that's in between our two bright areas right now. All right, we have two very bright bits of paint, our water and our sand, and right in between them is the smallest little bit of darkness you've ever seen, right? Because our scene is very far away, where we don't have a lot of close-up action in this scene right here. Holy shaving cream, right? And with a very small amount of paint, very small. I just want to leave like a couple little broken bits, put a little bit extra right in there. Dang, let go. Oh, you see what I mean? The smallest bit. Because all this is those little bubbles, those little fish pishy bubbles, right? They come up, they get stuck right there, and then the water pulls backwards, right? Oh, my word. Dude, this one's coming out too good. Someone take it out of my store. It's not for sale anymore. No, it's mine. You guys can't have it anymore. Right? Now, let's say I wanted to reflect some of this dark mountain down into my sandy area just to take away that gloss. You can grab some of that tree paint and pull it down, right? the more you pull it down, the more it's going to take that dark paint, and which is going to be a shadow in your ground, right? God. Now, back here, it's too far away for me to be able to see where land meets this rocky thing. So I'm going to come in here and just smash it up a bit. That way I cannot tell where the land is and where it starts to turn into that rocky tree bit. God, isn't that just amazing? Okay, I knew we'd be just on time for a commercial break. Yes. Fade out here. Oof. Wow, I'm telling you, don't touch it too much, Josh. Wow, okay. Now, when we come back from this commercial break, we're going to be launching in trees about as big as my forearms, which are insanely massive, I agree. But we're putting them in just enormously right through this bright area, you guys. So don't unfollow me when we come back. But it's looking amazing already. So let's check out this quick little Glitterwix commercial and head over to their site and check it out. Watch this.
Hey guys, it's PaintWithJosh back in the studio with you today, taking a break from editing to talk about our Glitterwix candles. Absolutely fantastic, super unique jars, more than 65 different scents that you can find if you head over to their site. Check it out, get your favorite, let us know which one you got when you come back, and let's pop over to the show and see what we've been missing while we've been gone.
Man, that one goes by quickly. So, you guys check in, let me know where you're watching from right now. I'm going to look at the screen. I'm gonna look right now. Tell me where you're watching from in the night. And then, yes, get ready for some enormous trees. I'm talking about enormous, right? Enormal. We got Rhode Island, Central Florida. Let me try to get the other comments up over here. Let's see. This one over there, over here. All right, we got Oregon. I'm in Oregon as well. We're down here in Eugene. Got England, Las Vegas, New York, Louisiana, Cayman Islands, Virginia, Albuquerque, Melbourne, Michigan, Tennessee, says Steve, New England, Veneta. No way, you're like 10 minutes from me. Get over here and take a class. We're literally on the same road that you come into town, right? Like you're going to come from Veneta. You're going to be on 11th. You're going to pass Walmart, Discount Tire. Then you're going to turn right at the new AT&T because they moved locations. So you're going to turn right on Bailey Hill, and I'm right there, like right here. Oh, is Cosmic here? Yeah, Cosmic's here. It's like Cosmic hasn't watched the show in a long time. Now let's see. We're being available. She's been working a lot. I don't want to. Here comes the comments. Oh no, she's been working. She's been working, not out of forced to work. Right? Born to paint, forced to work. So, we're going to very lightly finish our little fish pishy deal. And God, that doesn't look so cool. Okay, we have not enough dark paint in order to make this work. So, yeah, let's do this. Painted with him for years. Actually met her in person. Definitely like him. Well, he's my grandpa's cousin, believe it or not. I feel like I'm more like Bob's teacher, Bill Alexander. Like I'm a little more crazy and boisterous and wild, right? We like scrub stuff into the canvas. Versus Bob is like very gentle and very soft-spoken. And I'm super proud to have him in my family tree. And I didn't even know until we were already painting for 4 years. And then Grandma one day was like, as grandmas do, they go get bored and then they go digging through the family tree. And she's like, you'll never believe who you're related to. And I'm like, okay, in my head, I'm like, well, our lineage is like straight English. English on my mom's side, English on my dad's side. So I'm like, you know what? Edward, the first king of England. I don't know, Grandma, tell me. And she goes, BobRoss. And I was like, Grandma, you are kidding me because no one is going to believe that. Because I'd already been painting for like 4 years. And I was already almost the biggest person, had the most followers. And while I'm telling you this story, don't freak out on me, okay? We got to get big. Oh. Oof, don't leave. I'm telling you, it's going to look cool, right? But I was like, there's no way, Grandma, that anyone is going to believe us. Like, I've already been painting. I'm already like a big, giant butthole, right? Because I was kind of, like, I took like the Howard Stern approach where you to be number one, you kind of burn some bridges and, and then I calmed down after I got to number one, very much like Howard. After he got to number one, he calmed down. And but yeah, that was my philosophy, and so I wasn't the very well or most liked anyway. by my, competitors and other peers. Oh, isn't that just fantastic? Now remember, it's got to be slightly bigger at the bottom than it is at the top. So no matter what its size is at the top, we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, just slightly, a little bit, right? Bang, right through there. A little jiggle, a little here, a little there. Now we're not only doing this just once, you guys, we're doing it multiple times. And remember, it has to be dark. And a lot of times in my studio, because of the way that the lights are and the way that the camera is, it looks bright to you guys. So I'm just going to swipe over, try to stay within my lines, because it doesn't matter, doesn't change the painting if you swipe over this. So the only thing that's being changed is your view, and it's just to show you how dark the paint actually is. It's got to be darker than everything in the background, right? So we're going to come back up here. We'll probably need to mix up a little bit more, but how's Cosmic been? Boop. A little boopski. Right, we're going to come over here. I'm going to save my one little guy, but we're going to come down. Oof. Just enormous. Hi, enormous. This is, I'm Paint with Josh. You're enormous. Hi there. Look at this thing. Seriously. Oh, guys, don't make them stand straight up either. That's lame. Put them on a little angle, right? They can stand straight by the time they get down here. But to make them look like we're climbing or we're looking upwards, right? We want to put them on a little angle, make them a little bigger, a little fatter by the time they come down here. And then we're going to do a whole another one, right? But I need some more paint. So, yes. You guys check in. Let me know where you're watching from out there. And if you want to grab this little guy, right? It's on the homepage of PaintWithJosh.com or the Paint with Josh app. You can find it very simply and easily, right? What we're going to do first, before we get too far away, let's get in here, a little touch of my raw umber and our white paint, right? And you can see it gets very bright. So a little bit more of my raw umber. And come back here and start tapping on little places, not trying to cover everywhere. So I'm trying to leave little minuscule gaps in between these little tip taps. In between the tip taps, we're leaving the gaps. And we're going over here and over there, and it's everywhere. It's crazy, right? But we're leaving those areas of unpainted, untouched darkness, right? And that way, you get those crevici. What? Isn't that what you'd call crevices? Crevici, right? Yeah, it's like geese. If there's a whole bunch of geese, you call it a geise. It's absolutely correct. Don't Google it or anything. It's fine. There. Right? Now, you can see that old bit of mist that was back there as well, right? Because we turned that foggy, misty stuff. So we're going to take this guy just very lightly and just twist up a couple of his little bits so they get softer. That's it. Literally. Couple little details out there, guys. Anything else. Oh, that wasn't this painting. But it was an order. Thank you. We appreciate that. Anything beyond, that, right? We don't want to have too stinking much. And so what we need to do, let's get a little bit of that white, little touch of our Indian yellow. Ooh, just pop, there we go. Little things. Just a couple highlights. Seriously, if you do too many, it all becomes that color. And we don't want it to just all be that one color. Right? We want to have all these little differences. Maybe out on the face of the rock, got a little bit of brightness. Right? All up to me every time I go do one where I want to put it. Right? Same way, it's up to you. I thought that was Cosmic coming in and grabbing this painting, man. Hello. Let's see. Wait a minute. What? Hang on. I thought Cosmic... Wait. What's happening here? Hold, please. Dude, Cosmic did grab this painting. Hello. Yes. Over here. And it came in like probably right underneath. Oh, look, we got another group class student. I'm so excited. Cosmic came in and grabbed this one, right? So now let's just make like a big C for Cosmic in the sky. I'm just like, pow. I wouldn't do that. But we're going to come over here. Thank you so much, honestly. How is your fiancé? Is he your fiancé yet? Seems like a nice dude. Should be a fiancé. If not, then what is he waiting for, yo? Oh, man. Everyone in my life is just becoming happy. And it's so nice. It's so nice. Including me. I have the most amazing girlfriend in the world, honestly. Sweetest person ever. Literally, right? So, how's the fiancé? Oh, now I want to... Oh, see, now she wants a refund. That hurts. That hurts. We're going to come in here, make another little tree friend, Right? Boom, right there. If I put a big old C in the painting, you would want a refund? I think I would too, honestly. I'm over here and like, that's not natural. Everything else looks so great. And then you just put this large, giant, like C-shaped branch or something in here. And that just didn't jive, turkey. There. Oh, you guys, look at it. Now remember, this, I don't know, you know, if you've seen these ones recently, we lose a lot of that gorgeous sky up there. So I just want you to be prepared for when like we come in like this and just blast in an enormous branch off of our tree that's just kind of hanging down from above. Oh, look at it, you guys. That is gorge-tastic. Now, one thing about Cosmic, right? She normally lets the viewers decide the title of the paintings that she purchases, right? So I'm thinking maybe I need more paint, but we're going to use what this is here. But maybe if you guys start launching in title suggestions, Cosmic Item actually pick yours, right? Like you may be able to name a Paint with Josh painting and you didn't even have to grab it, right? You didn't even have to purchase it because Cosmic may just pick your title. Look at that, dude. Big branches, big uns. And then, ooh, what if it came out down like that and then looked like this, like it's poking off the front? Oh, look at it. It's fantastic. Seriously. Oh, I'm digging it. Right now up here, you're covering up like 98% of all the sky up here. You don't have to see much, right? So I'm going to basically just randomly pop in a bunch of darkness, leaving in little spaces and then dropping off my little branches that I want it to hang off the front, right? You got to cover in this painting, guys. This scene does not make sense if your trees are first as skinny as my finger, right? They got to be at least 3 fingers, right? Big tree trunks, okay? It just won't make sense, seriously. Now, what happens? We haven't even come off the tree yet. What happens if we come down here and we crisscross and almost let them, well, do let them touch. There. Right, again, going off the bottom side. Ooh, right, gotta have something in between it, the top of an old thing. Hey, again, just covering up, leaving some things to look through. Right, you can see some stuff, but you can't see a lot of stuff. Dude, that is so cool. Now, how many branches come off of your tree? Right, how far do they extend out into the night? Dropping off little bits off the bottom. You gotta put them on the top. And you got to put them off the bottom. And you got to make it where it connects to the tree trunk thick, right? And every so often, maybe another little branch in the background going off the other way. All these things are crisscrossing for a reason to make it hard for us to see. Right? If we could see everything, then that's kind of lame. And we'll come down off of that guy over here, just popping in again, losing to 89% of the sky in the top corners because you're looking up into this canopy of trees. Yeah! The more filled it is, especially around the trunk, right, the more dense it is, the more it's going to project that canopy sort of a feel for us, right? Now, I need to get some more paint out of the old box, but it's not time for commercials yet. So you're going to sit here with me and come up with a title excuse me, for Cosmic's painting, right? Come up with the old chital pants, and then let's see. Maybe by the time I get all this paint out of the box, then we'll run a commercial. Over here and there and everywhere. And everybody watching on Facebook, I'm so sorry I haven't been able to pull up those comments. I need Lennon to show me again how to do that through the system. I'm not that well versed in it just yet. I tried. I could get the YouTube ones up. And I can get the TikTok comments up, but the Facebook ones are eluding me. And so maybe by tomorrow's show, I'll be able to have those ones up as well. So I'm so sorry for anybody watching over on Facebook. Don't feel ignored. I can't see your comments because I don't know how to get them up on the screen. Everlasting Calm, that's cool. I like that. Pittsburgh over here, guys. Pittsburgh, someone said ruined it, man. Really? You still feel that way? You still feel that way? Even after launching in all these little dudes? Because, and I mean, sure, right? You could think that if you want to. Initially, when you're doing this scene, as you're kind of evolving in your painting journey, you're going to do this scene, and you're going to keep the trees out. And then you're going to do that scene enough times to where you're like, ugh, I have to do something different about this one this time. You know what I mean? And so you're going to try these big old trees, and you're going to like them. You're really going to like them. Now remember, right? We're under a canopy. We're stepping out of the forest. Start up here and go down, make a little smiley face, right? Then I'm going to kind of connect onto the thing and then hit it up a little bit, right? Connect onto the branch. And that's how I'm creating these in between, like an inch in between each one, almost. Boom, get more and more and more, right? Just like that, okay? So the same thing off the bottom, right? We're starting on the branch itself and then allowing it to come out. And then boom, and then boom, boom. Just touching it with just basically the, you know, the top of the bristles. If I push too hard, it's going to fill it in too much. And then I'm going to have to make everything bigger, right? So, again, what do you feel like with your painting? How many things do you want to do? Right? That guy went out there or came down here just to fill in a little bit more space. If you do a bunch and then you all of a sudden have nothing, right? It doesn't look right. You have to at least throw something in there so you can see slightly through the trees, right? Not every piece or not every branch is going to be perfectly seen. You don't have to show every single bit. Maybe there's a little thing coming off back there, right? You never know, because some of these branches are poking outwards. Some are poking this way. Some are poking towards us, or at least as much as we can get. And some are poking off this side, right? So that all depends on where you put your trunk. If I swipe my trunk vertically right here, that branch is on the front of the tree. If I let that branch creep in front and I leave all that texturous stuff right in there, right? Now this branch is in front of said tree trunk on that side, right? And then I can fill it in as much or as little as I want it to be. That's the main goal, right? What do you feel like when you're doing yours? Because today I feel like doing this, right? Now we're gonna drop down again. Boom, right out there. A little crissy-crossy, a little back. Beep, beep, beep. We're backing up, right? Then we got to get the paint on the brush again. Come down and just allow it to kind of connect onto the trunk. And then just turn it a little bit. Feel it, pull it, fill it, not feel it, but fill it. There we go, right? How many of these little guys do you want to do? Do not, because I've done it before. Take one from here, and you're like, ooh, I'll just put this branch in right there. And then it comes out, and all of a sudden, now you're too close. You're too, ugh, don't do it, okay? I'm telling you, from Shakespeare, don't do it. A couple little bits off the guy, right? Load up with some more paint. A couple little bits off its top little friend. Little space in between, little here, little there. They don't all have to come out in the same spot. Maybe this guy got a broken branch right there, right? You never know until you put yours in. You gotta have some broken pieces, right? Especially down around the bottom. These little trees, all of the branches break off from the bottom because as the tree grows, it's trying to catch more light from the top, you know what I mean? So, beep, all these little broken, sharp little tree branches are the ones that come out and poke me in the arm, and they are annoying. Didn't I say we were supposed to take a commercial break? So, you guys hang out through this quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after these words. Oh, there we go. Hi, it's Paint with Josh back in the studio. Did you know that along with oil painting classes, we also now do acrylic painting classes? Oh, it's going to be fantastic. You can either come right down here into the studio and I supply all the supplies. You leave with a really cool painting, or we can link up via virtual class and do a video call like Zoom. It's going to be fantastic, and you're going to end up with something like this. All you have to do to book one of these Paint with Josh acrylic classes is either go to the Paint with Josh app or go to the site, find the acrylic class, book your day and your time, and we're going to have a great time. Now, let's get back up to the show and see what we've been doing up there. Hey, who's this guy? What am I, just laugh at my own self? I wasn't even making a joke. I'm just laughing. Like, what's the term for the person that just laughs at their own? Oh, a psychopath. Yeah, I forget. That's, yeah, no, yeah, maybe. Come over here and fill these guys in. And then I'm going to ask Cosmic her opinion, okay? This is just for the mick of Cos, okay? Do you want to have bushes down here in the bottom, separated, you know what I mean? We don't have to have them be like all the way across. We can kind of have like a little way or a little place we can walk through. Or do you want to leave it like this, where we're just popped over enough that we're looking up enough that we don't see the little bushies down there, right? We could just put them just enough to see the top. Totally up to you, honestly, whatever you feel like. But yeah. ADHD Woodworking says, put some driftwood on the beach. So in this scene, right, and on this exact spot, no. But I do have tons of tutorials that have driftwoody stuff out there, right? Boom, ba, boom. I'm going to try to bring up the YouTube comments again. Which one is it again? Is it that one? Is it this one? I forget. I think it's that one. No. Someone on YouTube comment. I can't remember which. I think it is that one. I think it is that one. Boom, boom, boom. So, looking amazing. Yeah. So, what is cause? Okay. Boom, ba, boom. Oh, I like it, dude. Like it. Right? You can see up right into our gorgeous sky, this bright spot, the thing right here. Ah, amazing. So, Cosmic, you let me know. I am pretty much done with our branchies. Pretty sure. Not certain, but I'm pretty sure. So what do you think on the bushies? And then maybe pin it, because I can only see like 2 comments at a time over on the clock app over there. Dude, I reached my stand goal. We got people commenting on Facebook posts. People purchasing paintings. You guys are amazing. In the night. All right, so I was asking, did you want maybe a bush or 2 at the bottom of these little trees? Maybe like right here. Bloop. And then a place where, you know, leaving an open space. Or do you want to leave it like that, and then we'll put our tree, we'll make the trees all trunky and chunky like they are, well, like our rock is back there, you know what I mean? And not have the bushes at the bottom. Ooh, Cosmic Cape. That's a cool title right there. You guys will have to remind me, old toddles. Cosmic Cape. Yeah, we like the chunky trees, right? We're going to have the big, you know, barky stuff. So we'll have like our, I'll just do like a little piece of it right here. We'll kind of have this kind of bark in the thing. And then we're going to have our darker barker back here. And then we'll have our bright Bob Barker on this side. Right? It's kind of catching light from the thing. So we're going to have all that chunk and all of our different barky textures. Watch this. All right, tap over it. And we just got to go do that throughout the entire tree, which is what takes a minute, right? But oh, look at that bark. Woo! Somebody rough, because that's a bark. So, whatever I want to do. Yeah. So, let me think, because let me look at the event that I have on Saturday, because that's what is going to be the reference photo for my class. And I was like, you know what? That painting sold a long time ago that I'm going to teach the class on. And so I was like, I'll do this one. And if it sells, awesome. It'll take long enough to dry that we can look at it during class and then use it as a reference. And in that picture, there are no bushes at the bottom. So, but it is a slightly smaller canvas. You know, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. First things first, though, let's spritz just a little bit of our white sprinkly sand, right? It's going to be closer up here. We'll get a couple little sprinkies. Ooh, there's yellow in it too. Oh, that's gorgeous. And then we're going to get less and less and less sprinkles as we go further away. More down here, especially if we're going to show the sand. Let's paint the sand, yo. Oh, there's little yellow speckles of sand. Ooh! It's wicked cool. Wow, guys. Put some of them in our backwashy area. Couple little bits. Dude. The Cosmic Cape is coming together. So, since I've got all that darkness, like I said, it's not in our reference photo, but it will be a good, you know, do you want to do this or do you want to do that for the students? You know what I mean? Plus, gives me a chance to use my enormous bushy brush, which I love so much. So, you guys check in one final, actually, you know what? Cancel that. Don't check in. Come up with a title for this painting. Maybe Cosmic's already chosen, but maybe somebody might be able to sway her and take the title away from Todd and be the new titler, right? So let's pop in our bushes before we do too much of our trees. Type in what you think this one might be called as we finish this little guy up. We're going to always aim the brush away from us when we're loading paint so it gets onto the top of the brush. So you can bring it up here and go, you know what? I want to pop in just a little tip top of a little tree. or a little bush right there, hanging out, right? Doesn't need to be too crazy. Doesn't need to be too big. Doesn't even need to be the same size or span the same distance or whatever, literally. I'm gonna pop in 1 or 2 more over here, bang. You don't want them to be too tall, right? Because we're looking up. So we're not looking down at the bushes. We can't see where the bushes contact the ground, right? So we don't need to paint them very large or very big, right? That is gorgeous. Now, I'm gonna wash off this big old dirty brush. You guys should be coming up with titles. Even though one has already been chosen, you might be able to sway her. Sway her suggestion or her choice with your own title suggestion, you guys. Yes. Then, let's take a little touch of our liquid white. Now, I think the less liquid white and the more thick chunk that you have, the better it's going to work, right? You're going to come out here, you're going to start tapping onto stuff, and it's going to start dropping things off. We're not going to try to make the bush all the same color, right? We don't need all the brightness to cover every spot of dark that's on our canvas. And if we do, then we know that we've kind of hosed ourselves, right? There, gorgeous. Every time you're tapping on to that bush, right, it's going to drop off the light color and it's going to pick up the darkness. And so if you tap too many times, or you're not turning your brush, or you're not cleaning it, or whatever the case may be, right, and you're tapping, it's going to get darker. That's why we do them bright up there. And then the more we tap here, the more darkness it's picking up, getting a darker color as it goes back behind the tree, right? Do you really think like that I would make it difficult for you, right? I'm trying to make it as easy as possible to show you that you guys can do this too. Honestly, very light touch when you're going to do those guys for sure, right? Let's wash this guy off. Shake it into the can, beat the Oshkosh but Josh out of it. And this one, guys, is just gorgeous. I'm loving it. Loving it. This is going to be a long show, too. We still got to do all these trunks of our trees. Barf. It's a lot of paint that takes. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, come in here with our raw umber, right? And our raw sienna, or yeah, raw umber and burnt sienna. No one knows how to cook either of these two colors. We're going to mix them together so they make this dark brown mix, right? We're going to put that dark brown mix just by tapping a little ridge. And then we'll go back to its thickest part, kind of grab it and move it over to the side, right? Just leaving little lines, little ridges, little gaps in between so the water can run down our tree, right? Get down to the bushes at the bottom, right? That's all you're doing, tapping a bit of paint and then pulling away. And so what it's doing is, like, imagine if you had like some icing in your hands, right? You went like this and you tried to pull it away, you get that suction, right? And your hands are going to want to stick together as you're pulling it away, right? Same thing with this crazy thick paint. We're getting a good chunk of it. And our backside is going to be on the left over here, right? So our darker paint is going to go off onto the left of the trunk, opposite to what's over here, because our light source is pink, right in there, right? So I forgot what I was saying. Anybody remember what I was talking about out there in the day? No, it's fine. Leave some gaps in between, though, for sure, because if you're covering up your entire dark base with all this, you know, lighter color brown, I mean, it's a very dark brown color, but it's not as dark as our plaque mix, right? So if we're covering up every piece of everything out here, then we're not going to have any depth. Like, we're literally going to have the flattest, we're going to be able to cook pancakes on these trees because they're going to be so flat. Right? You cannot put on too much. So please leave the gaps, let it get dark, right? Come in, tap little areas. Not everything has to be perfect. Sure, you need a little bit of texture off here on the back, but it doesn't have to be as thick or as bright or as crazy or as heavy, right? It's all up to us. We tippity tappity and then break away. So you leave like a little gouge in our tree, okay? That was just the two brown colors together. Now we're going to take that lighter color brown, much less of the darker color brown, mix those two together again, so it gets kind of like this redwood look, right? We'll scrape up this little guy, come down the center, and a little bit over onto our bright side, right? Which is different on each tree. This tree, it's on its left. The other trees will be on its right, right? A little bit of this lighter color, and what it does is by having a very bright yellowy highlight into a darker brown, makes our tree look round AF. Yes! We don't need it everywhere. And it doesn't just have to be from the center left. We can go center right, just a little bit. Little tippity tappity. Bang, right? Very cool. Now, same thing. I'm going to grab a little bit more of that paint. A little bit more of our dark brown, but much less of the dark brown this time, right? So that it is a lighter color. Come in here and tap a couple little ridges, a couple little things in between, just by allowing our roll of paint to grip on, and then some of it stick to the canvas, some of it stick to the blade when we pull it away, right? Seriously, don't do too much. Right? If we put on too many things, we're not going to leave room for our highlight section, right? This little guy, yeah. Oh, he's chunky. He is chunk, just chunktified. So, did anybody sway Cosmic's in her decision of naming the painting from Todd's name of Cosmic Cape? Right? Do we pick a new title, or is it still Cosmic Cape? Because I like that. That's a good one, Todd. Todd's like a poet, bro. He's a poet. He's a nurse or some kind of technician. I can't remember. Todd, what? X-ray technician? No, that's wrong. That seems way wrong. And I should know. I'm a butthole. I'm sorry, Todd. I'm sorry. A little bit of our yellow ochre into that browner pile, so it's not just pure yellow ochre. It is very bright, but it's not just pure yellow ochre. We'll tap that guy in around the front lines. Again, letting that light kind of creep back, but not every place gets to be so bright. Right? Again, we got to leave little gaps in between, so you have those darker colors in between our bright colors. And then again, a little ridge every once in a while. Holy shaving cream. Yes! That is just sweet. Just sweet. Todd, where are you at? We're sticking with Cosmic Cape by Todd. I like it. Todd left us already. He's gone. He's back to work. Probably not x-raying somebody. I can't remember what Todd does. Todd, are you still here? Can someone pin that Todd's in the medical field? I know that. Right? I just don't know exactly the field of his expertise. But I know that if I was in need, I would want Todd at my hospital for sure. All right, so Toddles, if you could, I mean, you don't have to. If you could, let us know. I was exactly right. CT/X-ray tech. See? Who's the man? Me. Who remembers? Mostly not me, but this time, yes, somehow. Somehow, I pulled it out of the old rear and was able to remember. Thank you, Todd. And you know what? That's actually not Todd's job. He's just saying that to be nice. He's just saying that because that's what I guessed. And he's just like, yeah, no, you're so right, Josh. Like you knew. You just knew it, pal. Bestie, apparently. Like, I'm sorry, Todd. I'm sorry, honestly. I knew though. Unless he's fibbing to us all. You know what I mean? It could be possible. It could be like, yeah, no, I'm totally, yeah, I'm a bungee jump instructor. I'm a skydive instructor. And we're like, wait a minute, Todd. Wait. Now you see how this guy is a little bit too bright back here now? And if we take it away, it just looks more rounded. Remember, you cannot have all this bright paint whip around to the front, right? So yeah, Todd's an X-ray tech when he's not skydiving and stuff and teaching people how to do that. He's actually Tom Cruise's stunt director, or stunt double. It's actually not double, but the guy that shows Tom how to do a stunt. That's Todd's real job. He just doesn't want to tell you that. He's like, listen, I don't want all the extra attention. Me and Tom are close, yes, but you know, I don't need that. It's fine. So don't congratulate Tom for or Todd for Tom's last, you know, movie-going escapades. He doesn't want to hear it. But seriously, he is Tom Cruise's trainer. You're Tom Cruise's trainer, Todd. Now, anyway, I like it. I like that job better than an X-ray tech. I don't know. I mean, I've heard Tom Cruise can be like kind of weird. So maybe I'm going X-ray tech. Seriously, instead of having to deal with that madman. There we go. Boom, guys. Is that not just Fantastic. Now I'm going to get the smallest touch of my liquid white, smallest touch of my sap green, because there's barely any left, and a little bit of my yellow ochre. We're going to mix those two guys together. There we go. There, right? I just want a couple indications. If this becomes too bright, right, then everything out there loses all the depth. And remember, the further we go up, the darker it gets. You can't see so many things way up here. Right there. Oh, wow. That is fantabulous. I love it. Is anyone noticing how I have to like get up on my tippy toes to get above the glare so I can see what the painting actually looks like? What we're actually doing to this painting is painting it. There we go. But I have to like jump up on my tippy toes to be able to see it. It's a sad day. It's a very sad day. Same thing, very light, very small little indications. Just kind of just tapping the top our little dark shadow. I'm not trying to drop off every bit. Not everything's going to be so bright. There. Oh, you guys. Fan-frickin' tastic. Dudes! Cosmic, you got a good one for sure. So, we're going to name it Cosmic Cape, based off of Todd, who is Tom Cruise's trainer for all of his stunts and stuff. You know, you got to like watch somebody do it before you go do it. That's what Todd does. Yeah. He's like, go jump off the train and then watches Tom Cruise do it afterwards. And then gives Tom Cruise notes. He's like, you know what? You didn't do that well enough. You're going to have to do another take. Welcome in, everybody. It's Paint with Josh after an hour and a half. We start to lose our minds from the paint thing. Oh, man. So, Cosmic has unleashed and unlocked the light party for everyone, which is everyone's favorite. If you don't know what the Paint with Josh light party is, stay tuned. You're about to figure it right out. And I need to give you a flash warning. If you are sensitive to light photo flashiness and stuff, right, then you're going to want to look away for about the next minute or so, or as soon as I say light party anyway, look away, right, if you don't want to see it, if you're sensitive to that kind of stuff. But if you are, in fact, going to stay, oh my God, I just looked up and saw the painting. Woo! If you are going to stay for the light party and legally give up all liability against Paint with Josh LLC, type in the words "I'm ready" and then hit the word "send," right? And once you type in the words "I'm ready" and then you hit "send," I want you to shut your eyes, because the longer that your eyes are closed, the more I'll be able to sneak out of your wallet. No, I'm just kidding. The more intense your light party will be for you. You know what I mean? You ever see those things where it's like, oh, stare at this spot for 10 seconds and then look away, and it makes everything all wavy, you know what I mean? So the more that your eyes are shut, or the longer that they're shut anyway, the more intense the light party will be. So everybody is going to type in the words "I'm ready." They're going to hit send. They're going to shut your eyes. If you're driving while watching a Paint with Josh show, that's on you. Okay? You should not be doing that. Now, once I say 3, 2, 1, light party, everyone's going to open their eyes and tell me the very first thing that's flashing the most for you. Could be the sky, could be the tree bark, could be the bushes, could be the sand, could be anything. So what is flashing for you the most? In 3, 2, 1, yeah. Let me know. Goodness. Wow. Dude, that's incredible. My word. So what's flashing for you guys the most? The sky, the sand. The sun area, exactly. For me, that's where I looked, right there in the brightest spot. Caught my eye first. The reflection in the sand, the sky and the reflections, the clouds, the sky reflections, the waves. Yeah! This one came out absolutely just stellarly fantastic. So we're going to bring it down in 3, 2, 1. Woo! So if you were sensitive to light, hello, we just got another order. Are you kidding? If you were sensitive to light, you may now turn backward. Turn around and look at the wall. You're in timeout now, okay? Oh, someone just got a puzzle. Wicked. I'm going to go request fulfillment on that and push your puzzle right through to the factory. Thank you for that. So if you were sensitive, you may now turn back around and look at your phone again. You're out of timeout, okay? And what we're going to do next is something that we call the RGB party, meaning we're going to take solid red light and then solid green light and then solid blue light and put it on the canvas, right?
Now, it's not flashy. It's not sensitive to those kind of people, so you can stay and watch this part. And after I do all 3 colors, I just need you to give me your opinion on which one you like the most. Right? Did you like red? Did you like green? Or did you like blue? Move this light out of the way so it's not so stinking bright. There we go. So we're going to go red in 3, 2, 1, red. Oh, my word. That looks like apocalyptic. Ooh. Ooh, I like it. We're going to go green in 1, 2, green. Ooh. Oh, look at the sunlight area on that. Wow. Wow, you guys. Look at the rock and the trees like poking up right here. Oh, it's so witchy. Ooh. I'm going to go blue in 3, 2, blue. Oh, wow. Look at that color on the sky. Wow. Yeah. Nice. Dude, that looks like almost black light. Like up in the top where you get the green and yellowy bit with the blue light. Ooh, looks so cool. So which was your favorite? Red, green, or blue as we bring it back to normal lighting conditions? Everybody, you guys have been amazing. Cosmic, do you want to spin the wheel? Or have you had enough wheels in your lifetime to forego the wheel? Up to you, seriously. We can spin it, maybe win it. Or we can skip it. Literally. Either which one, honestly. Doesn't very much matter. No wheel, says Cosmic. Okay, but just for the people, maybe the people that have never seen my show before, I assume Cosmic was going to say no wheel. So let's just see what she would have got, right? Like, this is always fun, right? When you decline when you're like, okay, I'm going to risk it all, or I'm going to take what I've got, right? And you go, okay, I'm going to take what I've got. And they go, okay, well, let's just see what would have happened if you had risked it all. What would you have landed on? Oh, you lose. It's fine. Normally, if it was somebody who was going to get a prize, I would have spun it again. If this is your first time watching, you don't just get one spin and that's it. But like I said, Cosmic has more paintings than, like, pick any 3 people combined. Even Mac, because Mac has a ton, right? But Cosmic has like over 120, I'm assuming. I would have to go count them up throughout the years. And then she just rotates them. And my paintings actually locked her out of the house one time, which is a really funny story. She was like, it was freezing cold outside. She's got to go run the trash can out, right? Or run the trash out to the cans on the street or whatever. So, of course, you're not going to like get all like bundled up. You're like, screw it. I'm going to go one bag, I'm going to run outside, throw it away, run back inside and warm up. Right? As she goes to leave, earlier in the day, she had been like exchanging paintings, you know what I mean? Like, so swapping one out that was on the wall for one that was in storage and then swapping back for the season or whatever, right? So as she runs out the door, the paintings that are sitting behind the door fall and then they're now blocking the door from being able to be open. She's got no keys, no phone, like just was gonna go run the trash out just real quick and run back in. And yeah, story time. What was it? Unless Taco Bell is on the wheel now. That's hysterical. Dude, it could be like, all right, I'll DoorDash you a quesadilla if you hit the wheel and win. That would be hysterical. But yeah, so she had to run over to like the neighbor and knock on the door, like probably shoeless, you know what I mean? Just like run out there in your slippers real quick. And it's freezing and she can't get back into the house. And they had to like bring over like a hanger and get inside the door a little bit, just enough to raise the paintings out of the way and then finally get inside. It was... And then she blamed me, of course. It's my fault that the paintings blocked her out. And yeah, it's a funny story that we can always tell during the show. So let's turn it around. We're going to sign it. And then, actually, let's put the birds in real quick. I keep seeing comments about the birdies, so we'll put in the birdies. Right. Sorry for forgetting, my goodness. A little bit of our black paint, our odorless mineral spirits, and then right out here. Now, when I count down from 3, 2, 1, we all have to go caw together, okay? And if we all say it at the same time, a portal might open up into another world. I don't know, but we're going to do it right here in 3, 2, 1. Caw. I hope you guys said it with me, so I'm not just out here saying it by myself. We just do it once, even though there's 3 birds, we just do it once. The one caw heard round the world every night at 6 p.m. or thereabouts. There we go. So, let's get in here. We're going to throw the old JK right down into the nether regions of the painting. Bang! Here we go, you guys. So, Cosmic, you're amazing. I very much appreciate you. And because of Cosmic, maybe I'll come back and do another show. Maybe. But you guys have been absolutely stellarly an awesome audience, right? And I can't wait to see your version of this painting. So when you finish it, perfect, drop it into the comments of any one of my Facebook posts, or send it in to me on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, wherever you can send an image. You can even send it to the email on the website, right? And beyond that, you guys have been absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to come back. Maybe we'll do it again. I can come up with another idea. Maybe I'll just take time packaging paintings to ship out. No, I'm always put that off to the last minute. No, but you guys have been amazing. So please do this painting, send it in. I can't wait to see what it comes out like. And until I see you guys again next time, take care. Let's have a good day. And bye. Well, that one came out amazing. I want to thank you guys for being here, liking, subscribing, tapping the screen, commenting, and interacting with me. It's all been fantastic. In the meantime, before we get to our next painting, be sure you check out PaintWithJosh.com because there's always something else to look at over there. So until I see you guys again next time, take care.